there are men out here in relationships with women who over time loses respect for them. Their opinions don't mean as much. Their authority is always questioned. They are not the final decision makers. They sort of get in where they fit in, so to speak. They're like, okay, I'm with this woman. I don't want to divorce her. So I'm just going to, be more agreeable to what she wants to do. Not understanding that a lot of women want to be put in their place. A lot of women want to be told the truth, even though they will deny the truth. They want to hear the truth, And also, you have that element of not feeling attractive enough as well. That's why you have women who are on social media. You don't even know they're married. And they are seeking attention and to feel like they did when they, first met their husbands. So they will look for that type of attention that they're not getting at home from men online. But what women don't bank on, which happens often, I think more often than you want to believe, is that they may end up straying from their husbands or boyfriends because they may meet somebody who checks certain boxes that they haven't in a guy that they haven't had before, and a lot of times that happens with women who've been with the same guy for so long. They want to feel like they did before they met the guy, whether it was when they were in high school, college, when they felt like they were on top of the world. They were on top of the world. And you got simple-minded males, they think that if they put it down in the bedroom, they'll talk about how financially successful they are. There are women who don't care about that. You got women that will go from dating a millionaire to a guy who is broke, basically. He was asking them for gas money. That's what happens. I don't think there are people who never really understand the mindset of a woman, especially nowadays. Because women will say they want this, but they will settle for something else if that guy fits a certain thing that they're looking for. But I think the internet is a very interesting place now. People live their daily lives here. They get up in the morning and they check their Instagram mentions and DMs or Facebook DMs. They're honestly looking for your replacement. So no matter how good of a job you think you have or how much you putting it down in the bedroom, they're still going to be looking for your replacement. And not to say that men don't do the same thing. But the thing is, like, if we say I do to a woman, we not going to be as quick to walk out of that situation. If anything, we get left in the dust. That's why a lot of guys just say marriage just ain't for me. But the modern woman, her mindset, a lot of guys just don't understand it. They think they do. They will listen to dating coaches and they will think they understand that woman's mindset. But they actually don't, because your interactions with women don't mean that other men are going to have the same things or have the same experiences. Because you just don't know. You have women who are intelligent, successful, and they will still date down when they really don't have to. Like, they'll make excuses and they'll give you excuses as to why they're dating down. But for the most part, it's due to what exactly they're looking for. If a woman's been married for 15 years, right? 15, let's say almost 20 years. She was with a guy, married 15 years. They have a couple kids together. She gets settled in a routine. And what social media does is these women get to look at how other women are spending their lives, how other women are single, they're traveling, they are wearing certain things to get attention from men. And there are women who are married or in relationships, they want that. So they're willing to leave behind the life they had because it's become such a bore fest. You know, they gotten used to a routine. They're tired of that routine. You know, they want to feel on top of the world again. They want to feel like they still got it. So unfortunately for that guy who is all in on that relationship, for the most part, he's going to be pretty much left in the dust, so to speak. And it's not, I don't really, honestly, with a lot of these guys, man, it's not that you've done anything to drive her away. It's the fact that she just wants to leave. You've done a lot of what you could. Is there some things that you could work on? Absolutely. There's a lot of things that a lot of us could work on. But there are women who make their minds up that it's time to go. It's time to go. You can't talk her out of it. You're not going to be able to beg her out of it. You're not going to be able to force her to not want to leave. Bro, if she ready to leave, she going to leave, man. So it'd be best if you just cut your losses and move on. Because once women make their minds up, man, it's hard to get them to change it. Especially when they feel like they're going to be they're going to be happier without you. They feel like you equals boring, non-exciting. You don't compliment them enough. They're tired. They don't want to become their mothers. You know, they don't want to become their mothers. They get to a point to where they're sort of in a midlife crisis, but it's like it's like a no fun crisis because they're not having as much fun as they used to. And they want to have fun. And there's really nothing you can do. You know, there's nothing you can do. You just have to take that L and move forward and hope that you don't get destroyed financially through divorce. That if she's so ready to leave, you say, hey, if you want to leave, then you leave with what you came into it with. Don't look over here. You know, if you want to leave so bad, you know. Now, again, that's one of the things that we have to understand about women as men. You got a lot of men who think that they can talk these women out of or shame these women and stand with them in relationships. Bro, that's not going to work. That's really not going to work. So you're not going to be able to use that strategy. A lot of women, for the most part, if they work, they make their own money, you definitely not going to be able to tell them what to do or should they stay. Take the hint. If she don't want to be with you, let it go. Okay? Just let it go. And I noticed that because you got married women, you got women in relationships, man. They're looking for answers. Like they're looking for male energy, male guidance that is different from what they're used to. That's why you will hear or you will see more women listen to me and some of these other guys on here because we are telling them something that they haven't heard in a long time. No. No. Or the truth. A lot of women in their early 20s, mid 20s, they don't want to hear the truth. But once these women are middle-aged, once they done hit that 4-0, now they want to hear the truth because they're like, well, you know, what's going on? What's happening? Why am I not happy? I don't like these type of guys anymore. You know? What can I do to make myself happier? We know that there's a lot of mental illness that is rampant out here nowadays, especially in the melanated community. In other communities as well, because a lot of these Caucasian women are going crazy. I think some of them have one too many trips to the clinic. And also the upbringing, the Caucasian guilt that they have for having a privileged lifestyle, and they go off to college and they're around other people who didn't have as much as them, and they feel a sense of shame of how they grew up. You got women who want to be single and kid free their entire life, so they're not going to be dateable for the guy that wants a family, that wants a 2-parent household with kids and a white picket fence. They're not going to be the choice of that. But there are women that need guidance, man. They are lost. They are lost. It's a shame that you have males who are lying to these women, telling these women what they want to hear. These women are only going to get worse. If you continue to not tell them the truth, they're only going to get worse. And if you as a guy claim that you have these women's best interests at heart, then you would tell them the truth. You will tell them they need to be more accountable. And a lot of women just aren't accountable because y'all are too afraid to hold them accountable. You think you're going to be called names. You want them to support you, so you feel like you have to lie to them. And unfortunately, there are women who accept the lie because they don't want accountability. There's no more accountability in life anymore. We want to blame everybody else for where we are in our life. That doesn't help. Let's say you as a parent, you don't have any accountability in the things you say and do, but what if you as a parent are raising your kids and they mess up? Whose fault is it? Are you going to blame your kid or are you going to blame yourself? I bet there are parents out there that will blame their kids for their situation, even though they are responsible for raising them and teaching them how to be better human beings. But we're not good human beings anymore. Not all of us. There's a portion of us as humans, we're just not good to each other. We're not good to ourselves. And that's why we aren't happy. And a lot of these women who are in these relationships and marriages, they're not happy. They're searching because they're tired of being lied to subconsciously. They know something is wrong. They know they are doing damage to themselves mentally, emotionally, physically. And they want change, but they really don't know what to do and how to go about it. The best way you can go about it is by being real with yourself.